Geography Class 7, Chapter 2, Water Sources and Management Solved Exercise 01. Tick the correct answer. 1. The cheapest naturally occurring water source: A. River, B. Glacier, C. Ocean, D. Rainwater. 2. The water cycle begins with A. Evaporation, B. Condensation, D. Infiltration, C. Transpiration. 3. Water covers of the Earth's surface: A. About 69%, B. About 71%, C. About 73%, D. About 75%. 4. Water purification methods are A. 2, B. 3, C. 4, D. 5. 5. The river is estimated to carry 20% of all the fresh water found on the Earth: A. Indus, B. Amazon, C. Nile, D. Tigris. 2. Give the short answers of the folio wings questions. 1. What is orographic rainfall? Answer: when the mountains blocks the moist air, it moves upwards and temperature drops. Vapors turns into drop and rainfall occurs. This is known as orographic rainfall. 2. Write 2 uses of biogas. Answer: it can be used in a variety of ways, including as a vehicle fuel and for heating and electricity generation. 3. Define the term chlorination. Answer: the water purification method in which chlorine is used to kill germs, parasite and other disease-causing organisms is called chlorination. 4. What are aquifers? Answer: aquifers are water sources found below the surface of the Earth. 5. Which instrument is used to measure rain? Answer: the instrument used to measure rain is rain gauge. 3. Write the answer of the following in detail. Explain the major sources of water on Earth and Pakistan. Explain. Answer: major sources of water on Earth and in Pakistan. There are numerous sources of water ranging from underground sources to surface sources. Some of the main water sources on Earth and in Pakistan are discussed as under. 1. Oceans. Oceans are the largest sources of water on Earth. There are 5 oceans in the world. Ocean water is not suitable for human consumption in its raw form. It contains high salt levels and other impurities that make it unsuitable for household use. However, countries situated in dry regions such as Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, Oman and Australia use a technique known as desalination to purify ocean water. Desalination involves the striping of salts and other components found in ocean water. The process is less in use due to huge cost. Oceans are the busiest trade routes in the world. 80% trade of the world is doing through oceans. 2. Rivers. Rivers are natural paths through which water flows towards another river or a larger water body. There are several rivers flowing in different directions in the most parts of the world. Rivers provide water for farming, hydropower generation, marine life industry and transportation, etc. 3. Lakes. Lakes are an important source of livelihood for many people around the world. Lakes are classified into 2 categories: saltwater lakes and freshwater lakes. Lake water is used by the communities that live around the natural resource. Many people who live near lakes practice fishing. Farming communities also use lake water to irrigate their farms and boost their agricultural output. 4. Glaciers and ice caps. Glaciers and ice caps are natural sources of fresh water. Glaciers are formed when ice accumulate over several years. Most glaciers and ice caps are found in higher altitude and areas close to the North and South Pole. Even the large quantities of useful fresh water contained in glaciers and ice caps. These huge natural bodies melt slowly, and glaciers and ice caps water flow into nearby rivers where people use it. 5. Ponds. Ponds are shallow water sources, usually smaller than a lake. Ponds are part of the many surface water sources. Some ponds occur naturally while others man-made. Ponds may contain aquatic plants and animals. Water found in ponds is often used for support agriculture, fishing industry, landscaping ventures, and rehabilitation of damaged land. 6. Springs. Springs are natural fresh water found on the Earth's surface. They get their water from underground streams or aquifers. Some springs may produce hot water, while others produce cold water. Spring water is often used in commercial production of drinking water. Additionally, hot springs are popular tourist attractions, medical therapy, and recreational centers. 7. Aquifers. Aquifers are water sources found below the surface of the earth. They are underground porous rocks that contain water. It is estimated that 30% of the world's liquid water is found below ground. Water in underground aquifers may come to the surface through natural springs. In some cases, the water is pumped to the surface through specialized equipments. Aquifers are important water sources, especially in arid areas. Aquifers provide water for irrigation, industrial use, and household needs. 8. Rainwater. Rainwater is a common natural source of water. It is a seasonal source of water. The rain is collected in water tanks and dams in the rainy season for use in dry season. Most people in the developing world rely on rainwater. Rainwater is used for household needs, farming, replenishing ponds, and hydropower generation. 2. Describe the different types of precipitation. Answer. Different types of precipitation. The fall of moisture on the surface of the earth in liquid or solid form is known as precipitation. Rain, snow, and hailstorm are the forms of precipitation. Their detail is given below. 1. Rainfall. When moist air moves up from the earth's surface in the form of water vapors, condensation takes place and clouds are formed. The vapors combine together and take the shape of water drops. When these drops become bigger, they fall down as rainfall. The following are the important types of rainfall. 1. Orographic relief. Rainfall. When the mountains block the moist air, it moves upwards and temperature drops. Vapors turn into drops and rainfall occurs. This is known as orographic rainfall. 2. Convectional rainfall. The rain due to convectional currents is known as convectional rainfall. In hot areas, the air due to high temperature becomes light and moves upward on reaching at higher altitudes. Condensation takes place which results in rainfall. 3. Cyclone frontal rainfall. Cyclones are spiral-moving winds having low pressure in its center. They are formed in the area where cold winds meet hot winds. Hot air moves upward, being lighter in weight. Its temperature decreases gradually and condensation starts. Heavy clouds are formed and rainfall occurs. This type of rain occurs in the front of cyclone and its rear portion. 2. Snowfall. Sometimes, humid air reaches the point in atmosphere where the temperature is even below freezing point. The water vapors, instead of tuming into droplets, turn into snow or into frozen crystals of snow. These crystals combine and make snowflakes. These flakes fall on the surface and form snowfall. 3. Hailing. Air takes the water vapors to such cold areas in our atmosphere where temperature is below freezing point. Here water vapors freeze and form hails which fall on the earth. When these hails fall, the water vapors in their way join them and their sizes increases. 4. Sleet. The combination of rainfall and snowfall is called sleet. When raindrops pass through the lower cold layers of atmosphere, they freeze. These drops contain liquid water inside, but their outer covering is hard. 3. Explain the process of water cycle in maintaining water supply of the earth. Answer. Process of water cycle. Water is the basic element of nature. It covers about 71% of the earth's surface. It provides life, eases out heat, drains harmful substances, and mediates many day-to-day activities. Water needs to be replenished, purified and circulated again and again so that it can perform its functions. Nature does this job through a process called the water cycle, also known as hydrologic cycle. This is a phenomenon where water moves through the three phases, gas, liquid and solid, over the four spheres, atmosphere, lithosphere, hydrosphere and biosphere, and completes a full cycle. Step 1. Evaporation. The process of water cycle begins with evaporation. It is a process where water at the surface turns into water vapors. Water absorbs heat nearby from the sun and turns into vapors. Water bodies like oceans, seas, lakes and rivers, etc. are the main sources of evaporation. Step 2. Condensation. When the vapors reach at higher altitude, their temperature decreases and the vapors turn into droplets. This conversion is called condensation. Step 3. Sublimation. Sublimation is a process where ice directly converts into water vapors without converting into liquid water, or vapors directly converts into ice without converting into liquid. Step 4. Precipitation. During condensation, the water droplets join together and start falling on the Earth's surface. It is called precipitation. Rainfalls is most common form of precipitation. Step 5. Transpiration. Transpiration is a process similar to evaporation where liquid water is turned into water vapors by the plants. Step 6. Runoff. Runoff is a process where water runs over the surface of the earth. As water runs over the ground, it displaces the topsoil with it and moves the minerals along with the stream. Step 7. Infiltration. Some of the water that precipitates does not run off into the rivers and is absorbed by the plants or gets evaporated. It moves deep into the soil. This is called infiltration. The water seeps down and increases the level of groundwater table. It is called pure water and is drinkable. 4. Describe different uses of sewage waste. Answer. Different uses of sewage waste. Sewage or municipal wastewater means the water that has been used in urban and suburban area homes or businesses for washing, bathing and flushing toilets. Municipal wastewater may also include water from industrial sources. The wastewater is conveyed via the sanitary sewerage system to a centralized wastewater treatment plant. The treated water is released to streams and rivers or may be sprayed over large areas of land. 5. Discuss the biogas as a source PF energy. Answer. Biogas as a source of energy. Biogas is a renewable fuel produced by the breakdown of organic matter such as food scraps and animal waste. It can be used in a variety of ways, including as vehicle fuel and for heating and electricity generation. Biogas has gained popularity in recent years as a greener fuel. Biogas is an environment-friendly and renewable energy source. For this, the waste material needs to be enclosed in an environment where there is no oxygen. After biogas is captured, it can produce heat and electricity for use in engines, microturbines and fuel cells. Biogas can also be upgraded into biomethane and injected into natural gas pipelines or used as a vehicle fuel.